Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So my name is Svetlana and I'm from Kazakhstan. And today I decided to share with you a little bit about my experience in School 42. So I decided to make it in English. Usually I do make the vlogs in Russian language, but I decided that this information exactly is going to be very useful for English speakers because the school itself rather in French language or in English. I decided to enroll at the 42 Wolfsburg school, and that's pretty nice. The funny thing is that I figured out that actually they have the same school in Warsaw, and I found out about this only after I enrolled at that school. At the beginning, that was funny because I saw the advertisement about Heilbronn, and then somehow I ended up in Wolfsburg. So, anyways, there's a first kind of like step is that I passed two tests, and the one of them was for the memory. The second one is for the logic, and then they sent you congratulations letter, kind of like per email, and that they really want to see you at the next step. So right now, guys, we are going exactly to that hub. So I'm going to show you how it looks like. Follow me. So guys, I'm actually already here. As you can see, this is the beginning. And now I'll show you a little bit the room tour of the school. So yeah, hope you will enjoy that. So this is the beginning where we check point. Here you always will provide kind of like a badge number. And then here we have the main kitchen. This is usually where people are eating or enjoying the food or timing. Most of the people are cooking, and that's understandable. Here is like the place where we play. Then we go on the second floor, but before we go to the second floor, I will show you the main room where you are going to code, which I find very cool one. So here you have the unlimited access to all computers, and you can stay here 24/7. The only one criteria is that there should be one Pisciner and one student. That's obligated one. So look at this beauty. And after that, we are going to the second floor. The second floor is usually where we have the kickoff. So we're walking here. And here usually where are located already the students of the school. So if you are the student, you're supposed to study then here. This is a big room. You can see already students there. It's a huge one. And then here is the place where we have the kickoff usually, and that's pretty cool one. So yeah. So after the kickoff, everyone just got back to the workspace, and you can see here is a workspace. So everyone is keep working here, and you're just moving by different projects. And right now we just defended the rush. You're going to have 4 rush projects. It's like a team projects that you can take part in. So yeah. I would seriously advise you to visit the library and check there the books. I got very nice books, as you can see, which really help you. So now we are coming to the most favorite place of all students. It's not only a kickoff area, but also kind of like a lounge zone where you can spend a good time together, playing the ping pong or to play chess or just enjoy the coffee. So the next thing I want to talk about is exactly a pizza day. I think this is the most amazing party ever, and what I like is that it's organized by school students. So basically you just bring whatever you can, and then you just cook it, and then you give a try to other students, and you kind of like hang out. And this is what I find amazing. And I do really like that they have a kitchen, because now I'm going to show you my room, and it has no kitchen. Once you enter into the room, so you can see here the little fridge, even the money saver, kind of like a backdrop. So here I have one mirror, then I have one that's pretty funny. It's my luggage. And as you can see, they gave me the double room, which I don't mind because sometimes I'm getting the pillows from another bed. So here's my workspace. Usually I work here with a laptop. Sometimes I watch the German channels, and it's pretty good. So I would say this part is very comfy one, because you can see what you can do is actually to open. And when you open here, like, it's a basic routine you can do. So, and they have everything. Here is a shower. Here is separate a toilet. So And yeah, that's pretty much. The location is like very comfortable because you can see from here I have already train station Bahnhof Wolfsburg, and from here you can catch any trains to Berlin, to Hanover, to Braunschweig, and any other cities, which is comfy. And you can see also Volkswagen is like a big company is also located there. So this city is actually like a factory city. So here you can find lots of factories, and also many people work here, and then they go to Hanover or Braunschweig. So pretty much. Okay, guys, let me tell you a little bit about the Piscine. So first of all, I would really separate that on different kind of like divisions. Number one is a study there. Number two about the hard skills and soft skills. So let's start from the study. So basically, Piscine is like from the French word when you're getting into a swimming pool and you're diving there and you need to kind of like survive there. So this is exactly what you're going to do for the next 4 weeks. You're going to survive there. So first of all, because most of the people are coming from zero, they start from scratches. Second of all, because there is a big flow of information and you have to learn itself everything. So coming to the hard skills, I would tell that you will need to know Shell, Linux, C, and that's pretty much. So if you know this already, that will really help you a lot to pass the exam and succeed in your study. So that's why if you know that you are good at any other languages but you never open the C language and you have 1 month left before the peace sign or 1 week or 2 weeks, I would really advise you to do that because this is what I probably regret a little bit about. So second of all is the soft skills. So soft skills are very important. You're going to communicate with students all the time. So don't forget this is peer-to-peer. So that means you're surrounded only by P-signers. And if you're not going to talk to them, you're not going to communicate with them. So you will not get the slot. Sorry for that. So plus I wanted to tell you a little bit about the exam itself. Very funny thing with me happened. This is probably a little bit like what I want to share with everyone is that there will be the period of time when there will be ups and downs. You will think about, okay, maybe I'm not much into that school, I'm not succeeding and stuff like that. So in my case, the first thing which we had to pay attention on was the red shell project. So once you open the file, there will be different exercises. You always start from exercise 0. So and then you have there the possibility to get to the last one or at least to pass the 50%, which is the half of the tasks. So in my case, I would do everything, but the only one task I would always fail. And the funny thing about evaluation is that it's not like you're going to be evaluated by the Moulinate immediately, which is machine. So first of all, you will need to get 2 slots to be evaluated by 2 people. So they're evaluating you and giving you feedback, and only after that, so Moulinate is checking that. And probably in my case, I always had the problem that Moulinate would not accept that. And maybe I'll give you a little bit of spoilers, what you would like to learn or what you should learn. Number one is, of course, the commands, which you basically know, which will help you just to be, softly to open directions in the shell. But number two, I would really advise you to have a look at the soft and hard links. This is probably was my gap that I never have used before. With the permissions, I think you'll figure out it very quick because there will be the command chmod, and then depending on the kind of like permission you would like to give to a file, you're going to choose the numbers, which you can find online without any problems. But the hard links and soft links, plus the change in firstly the size of the files, that was something new for me, honestly. And even I was sure that everything was right. Anyways, Moulinate was telling me, nope, it's not right. So I got a little bit frustrated because I knew that every week you'll have on Fridays the exams. We're going right now smoothly to the exam. And I felt okay, so everyone is already by C0, C01. Not like everyone, but most of the people. And I felt frustrated that I still tried to fight with the shell. And I was asking myself, how am I going to pass the C exam if I even did not move on with the shell? I could not pass the shell, right? So I got frustrated and I had for the first time such a strong feeling of failing. And I was like, nah, that cannot happen to me. I'm doing everything right. But you know what? I'll tell you, when you're 100% sure is like means you 100% know that you're right. And there was like that feeling when I realized that I know that I made everything correctly and then I passed. And I had such a relief. I had such a, I don't know, sorry to tell that, but satisfaction. I was so happy and thrilled about all of that. So that I was like, okay, now I have a motivation to move on. And it was funny because I finished that on Wednesday, the correct version, at night. That was funny. But then I was not sure about that. I want to kind of like, to be evaluated at night. So that's why I rescheduled on Thursday and I made it afternoon. So, because I was a bit later, so to the school because I was so tired and I was working there till 1 a.m. And then the next day I decided, okay, let me sleep a little bit till 11 and then come to 12. And then until you're getting the coffee, chilling, talking with people. So then I got evaluated and finally I'm getting successful results by Moulinate and by people. And I was so happy. But then there was another challenge because there was just like half day before the exam, right? Or a day, let's say. And I was very afraid that I cannot succeed with that. So, but I have to tell you honestly, I learned a little bit C++. So that's why when I opened C and kind of like started to look that the main function starts from main and then it has the body and then it just finished with return zero, I started to kind of like try to understand the logic and the basic functions, which you can read about everywhere in the internet. So, and during the exam, I was like, okay, God, I want just to pass on the one task, and that will be enough to continue for me, just like my minimum basic. And it was funny because I succeeded and I passed 3 tasks, and I was like so shocked that one after another I was going to, and that was very cool because that was used everything in Shell. Can you imagine having the exam where you have just a computer and the black fence like a window where you have to already start to code in order to succeed to the folder which you need to require, also give the right directions, create the right directions, and then create the file. And then I would advise you, of course, to get to know Nano or Vim. You can decide itself. I use the Nano. It's very easy. So you write their original code. So there is nothing. There is no internet. There is no any environments like VS Code or anything. Just a terminal. And the funny thing is that during the exam, if you did not succeed to log in during the 15 minutes, you'll be locked and kicked out. Sorry. So that's why you better know your page number, you better know your username and the password. And probably the useful information for people will be is that when you're writing in terminal, don't forget about the password will be invisible. So that's why don't be frustrated about that. Okay, I don't see any password. That means I don't have access or I forgot about this. Because there will be many students, and of course, if you ask even the students already who are the students of that school, because they're going to observe and they're going to check that you would not use any AI or phones. So they cannot come to you. And I'm sorry, but there was the case actually of my friend who just during the exam, she didn't know that in terminal the password is invisible and she was waiting until the person will come to her, but then 15 minutes passed. And when the 15 minutes passed, she could not already log in, and you actually cannot participate in exam, unfortunately. So I actually told you about the hard skills, about the soft skills. I guess you know that you need to interact with people, try to be friendly. If you do not like to talk to people, play with them. There is a chess, there is a tennis table, there are Sony PlayStation. There are many things to do together, especially during the lunchtime. You can go to the kitchen, eat together. We always talk and talk and talk. Sometimes I talk so much that I'm like, okay, I need to, focus on study and stuff like that. There is also the library, which is very good. I will tell you a little bit about the structure of the school. So I showed you already before how the school looks like, but probably the more important things to mention about is number one, not so many people know that there is a library which is hidden there. So I used the library and I found there are very nice books. I have to mention they are in German. So if you speak German, that would be very nice for you. If you don't be sad. So you can find something electronic. So because I found lots of that. So there are some official websites even where you can learn the languages. And I have to mention, yeah, so the books are amazing, but I spend so much time on the books while I could do everything and literally find information which I need via the internet. But it was fun experience. And I also found the book about my president, but it's another topic. Yeah, so going back to the structure, in the kitchen, I would really advise to you, if you love cooking or you want to save money, you want to stay house and stuff like that, don't be shy, bring your box, cook there, take the food with you. Why I'm telling that? Because I'm not doing that. So basically, I'm living in the hotel, and unfortunately, I don't have any kitchen here. I have only the fridge, so I can only save the food there. I do not cook just because it's not like I'm kind of like shy. It's just like I'm not doing that. Somehow I'm just coming and I'm buying just a ready food, kind of like a pasta or something. I warm it up, and that's okay for me. But many people are cooking there, so that's why you have the full access. The only one thing, the main kitchen will be closed at 6 or 7 approximately, and then you will have to go upstairs for a coffee. So I don't think you can cook there. No, you cannot. So there will be also different events where you can take part. So I would really advise you to go there. So there will be pizza day, there will be kickoff, very nice. Also the speakers that are going to come, they're going to explain to you how to open your startup. So that's why if you're a good developer and you already created something, this is a very good time for you, because they're also telling about investors, about kind of like factories for startup, and also different networking systems which you can apply for in order to get some support. And if you cannot, so then you can just send them kind of like the offer per email. It was very interesting actually, and they also explained how the company startup should start, what kind of direction you need to choose, and it's kind of like the school itself, very cool. I would tell just at the end that if you are a beginner or whether you are developed, in both ways that school is amazing for you, because number one, you are going to be surrounded by coders. I have never experienced that I would be surrounded by people who are into coding. Number two, all of you are curious, all of you are students. That's kind of like a little bit reminds you of students' time, but the difference is only that you are surviving together without the teacher, so that makes life even more interesting. And number three, anyways, even if you're professional or not, beginner, even you pass or you do not pass, it's a very amazing experience because you're really in Piscine. You're literally dived in and you have to survive. I think that's really worth that. So, if you have any questions about the Piscine, just text me below, ask me the questions, I can answer to you. And thank you for watching the videos. Do not forget please to subscribe and like the YouTube channel. I love you guys and thank you very much. See. So probably the one thing I want to tell you also about is like the last day. It's an exam day where you will actually spend there 8 hours, and you better stay till the end because you can see what kind of party you can take part in. So this was so amazing. This is the manager, administrator of the school. So we spent a good time with a team. We spent a good time with students. Everyone really cheered up. It's such a big celebration, and everyone does understand that they survived. Like, can imagine 4 weeks and then final exam 8 hours. That was perfect. So I wanted to share also that at that school you'll get not only experience but also cool friends, cool people. We continue to hang out even after the party together with some people, and they still remain like friends for me. So that's why I would say that was an amazing experience. And 2 weeks later, you will receive the congratulation letter if you pass. So this is what I received, and that was really amazing.